Okay, so this problem has to do with finding rectangular coordinates for the point whose polar coordinates are given. And remember we talked about polar coordinates being listed as r and theta, whereas rectangular would be just your basic x and y. And we can actually convert between rectangular and polar. Okay, so if I'm starting with polar, here's the way I do it, and I have to remember these formulas. X is going to be represented by r, I'm sorry, that's cosine, r cosine theta, and y is represented by r sine theta. Okay, so all we have to do is plug in these values, plug the r and plug the theta in. So my r is 4, so my x is going to be 4 times cosine of pi over 6. And the y is going to be 4 sine of pi over 6. Okay, so if we do a quick inspection of our unit circle, we see that for pi over 6, we have the coordinates square root 3 over 2 and 1/2. Square root 3 over 2 being the cosine and 1/2 being the sine. So I'm going to plug in square root 3 over 2. And let me just erase this now. Give myself some room. And then y is equal to 4 times sine of pi over 6, which is 1/2. And now we end up with x equal 4, 2 goes into 4, this is 2 square root 3, and y is equal to 2, so my rectangular coordinates are 2 square root 3, comma 2. So the next example, example B, that's a B, not a 6. I'm going to do my polar coordinates are as an r of 5 and a theta of 5 pi. So I'm going to use these formulas over here to convert to rectangular. So I start off, x is going to be equal to r, which is 5, cosine of 5 pi. Y is going to be 5 sine of 5 pi. Now, you're welcome to just plug this into the calculator, but another way to think of this is 5 pi. If I'm going around the unit circle, all the way around is 2 pi. If I go around again, that's 2 more pi, which is 4 pi, and then I go halfway around, that's 5 pi. So why not just subtract 2 pi twice, and we just get this to be the same as cosine of pi. So pi is over here, cosine is the x-coordinate, which is -1. So x equals 5 times -1, and y equals 5. The sine of this point is 0. So now we have our x and y coordinates, -5, comma 0. Okay?